It's Wednesday, August 12th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, more video emerges of the dangerous joyride in Moncton. We'll show you more. Just ahead in your news headlines.
And tracking contagious catfish cancer. We'll chat with two researchers testing to see if melanoma has spread from catfish in Quebec to New Brunswick. That's coming up in our second half hour.
Plus, up, and away. We'll learn more about how the Atlantic Canada Aviation Museum is inspiring future generations. All that and so much more just ahead on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you at 6:01 on this Wednesday, August 12th. So glad I'm here. So glad to be here with you two people.
You as well.
Happy to have you.
And if you're up this morning, good for you. It is not easy to get up at 6 in the morning or get ready for 6 in the morning. We'll do our best to provide all the information you need. It's lots to talk about. We've got the partial eclipse and the Perseid meteor showers tonight.
Which is so exciting.
Yes,
eh?
very
Do
exciting.
you think it's going to be clear tonight?
It is going to be clear skies, yes, in the
perfect.
Maritime region tonight.
Amazing. What's on your mind? What's top of mind this morning for you?
You're not going to want to hear it, but gas prices. There was an unscheduled price adjustment for Nova Scotia and New Brunswick overnight, which means you're going to be paying more for gas in both Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. And it was a big jump overnight.
I noticed.
Oh, great.
Those details
Yeah.
coming up. Holy moly, yesterday was beautiful at TV. I was thinking about you all day. I'm like, oh yeah. She
how
said
sweet.
chance of showers. Just big of a chance.
Very
It was
small
amazing.
chance.
Yeah.
It's funny because when we create the weather forecast for the day, the weather story of the day, sometimes those rainfall totals are a lot more than we actually receive. Today is pretty much the same. We are going to see lots of sunshine for the region, but we do have pop-up showers tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada yet again. But those totals not looking so much.
Okay,
like,
well,
they're not as high as we saw yesterday, even though most of those did not happen.
All right, well, they might as well get right into delivering the actual information. Where are we going this morning? Oh, the roundabout.
The roundabout, indeed. We are seeing a bit of traffic early this morning. Quite light, though, in its activity. As of right now, it is 18 degrees to start your day yet again, so a warm start to the day for the Maritime region. Temperatures will continue to rise, seasonal to below seasonal for much of them. As of right now, 17 degrees as you head outdoors in Charlottetown, with 15 in Fredericton, 9 degrees in Labrador City, 16 into St. John's, Newfoundland. So we are going to see precipitation for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, heaviest being into parts of Newfoundland today. For the Maritime region, starting off the day with sunny skies, we are going to see a chance of showers return and a risk of thunderstorms for parts of the Maritimes into the afternoon. And in terms of our wind forecast, starting off quite light, will pick up into the afternoon, though. As of right now, 17 kilometers per hour in Canso, 19 in Edmundston, with 15 in North Cape, 13 into Moncton. No wind gusts to report at this time. So we'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Let's start with the prices at the pumps. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying a lot more in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. In Nova Scotia, Zone 1, gas increased by 6.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.77 a litre. Diesel in the Halifax area increased by 9.3 cents a litre. The minimum price now $2.29.3. In New Brunswick, price of gas did not change overnight. It rests at a maximum price of $1.79.8. However, diesel did increase in New Brunswick by 4 cents a litre. The maximum price now $2.39.6. Prices in PEI did not change. New video has surfaced of 3 teens taking a dangerous joyride in Moncton. The new video, which appears to be taken by one of the teens, shows a black vehicle with youth hanging out the window in a Moncton park on Sunday. The driver then goes down the sidewalk.
That's insane, especially where I have young kids and young kids that play soccer in that field. It's nuts.
I'm very surprised because, I mean, we have tiny kids that come here and play in the yard, like play soccer. It's crazy.
There were also complaints about thefts from businesses and break-ins, including this machine shop in Skidooc. The stolen car was eventually located in a ditch. A 16-year-old girl and boy were arrested after a brief foot pursuit. A 14-year-old boy later turned himself in. All 3 teens have since been released from custody and are scheduled to appear in court in late November. Halifax police have charged a man accused of making a bomb threat, which caused an evacuation of several downtown streets on Monday. 54-year-old Ali Asa Kare is accused of making a bomb threat against the local U.S. consulate Sunday night. Police found the suspect's vehicle the next morning in the parkade at Purdy's Wharf, the same building where the consulate is located. After finding a propane tank and containers, police evacuated the parkade and neighboring streets. An explosives expert later determined they posed no threat to public safety. The man appeared in Halifax courts yesterday and has been charged with uttering threats and public mischief. He's due back in court later this morning. Returning American wine and spirits to Canadian store shelves is on the bargaining table as the 2 countries talk trade. American booze was pulled from most Canadian store shelves more than a year ago as a response to U.S. tariffs. It's been so effective, it's now part of Canada's trade negotiations. Exports of American alcohol to Canada dropped 81%, representing more than $580 million in 1 year. In fact, about 40% of all the bottled wine exports from California go to Canada. The head of Wine Growers Canada says that state will be fighting hard to bring their customers back. So Ottawa needs a strategy to maintain this Buy Canadian momentum.
The governments can help the industry turn this into a win for Canadian wines, for Nova Scotia wines, and that's really the discussion that we'd like to have.
In a statement to CTV News, Nova Scotia's premier says right now the province has no plans to reinstate American alcohol. City councillors in Fredericton have rejected the idea of trying to take ownership of a historic building damaged by a fire 2 years ago. The Militia Arms Warehouse building in downtown Fredericton is owned by the Department of National Defence, which offered to the city to take over ownership through a federal divestment process. On Monday night, City Council unanimously declined D&D's offer following recommendations from a staff report calling the move risky. The Fredericton Heritage Trust calls the decision disappointing.
Nobody mentioned the H word, heritage, or National Historic Site. Those things don't appear to have made any impact on DND or the city of Fredericton.
The building itself is nearly 200 years old in the historic Garrison District. D&D says in a statement that no decision has been made on the future of the building as of right now. The Heritage Trust says it's not giving up on the fight to save the building. Finally, Canada's East Coast military has a new commander. Rear Admiral Pascal Belhumeur assumed command from Rear Admiral Jose Kurtz during a ceremony on Tuesday. The new commander is now responsible for the Royal Canadian Navy here on the East Coast. Of course, lots of pomp and circumstance for that ceremony yesterday as well. The weather was good for it.
Perfect weather.
Yeah, nice conditions, because as we know on that waterfront, not always that nice.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much for that roundup, Amanda.
You're welcome. And guess what? I'll have more news at 6:30, plus at 6:15. More details on the latest trade talks in Washington.
Yeah, Nat and Internet. All right, Canadians, us, we're in for a cosmic doubleheader tonight. This is the kind of doubleheader I could get into. Partial total eclipse and the Perseid meteor showers. So much of Canada can catch a glimpse of both of these celestial shows. The moon is going to take a small bite out of the sun as a daytime event, and by night, the summer light show that promises to dazzle the best views. They're expected to be best in the north, and guess where else? Eastern Canada, people. Woohoo! That's where we are.
A front row seat.
Yeah. Gosh, I'll have to get the timing on the Perseids because it's possible we might be able to see them before we come into work.
Oh wow!
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, so we're gonna get the details for you because I know if you haven't seen them, I haven't seen them. It's quite a show.
I've never seen it. No, the partial solar eclipse. I know that's between 2 to 4 p.m. The best viewing is at 3 p.m. today.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I wrote that in.
That's at the list.
Yeah, it's the middle of the night. So
That is what our control room is saying to us.
middle of the night, but that could be when we do tend to come in the middle of the night. So I might
Basically, yeah.
look at we'll see. Like, do you look right? Do you look left? Where you're more likely to see? We'll share that info because maybe you might just be up too, or you might stay up late.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll have more details on the forecast just ahead too. Plus, I'll have your first look at your national and international news headlines, including details on Canada's Trade Minister and Beauséjour MP Dominic LeBlanc, who is in Washington. Latest on those talks and the plan to present it to the U.S. president too. And Latavia will have a look at the full forecast. Let's take a live look at the capital of New Brunswick. Traffic very light this morning and calm in Fredericton. Students will be back at UNB soon. Forecast is next.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. The time now is 6:13. We're taking a live look at a beautiful sunrise starting off the day in McAdam. 13 degrees early this morning. We will be seeing temperatures rise into the afternoon for our daytime highs, just remaining seasonal today. But we do have a chance of some scattered showers expected this afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Covenant's Trusted Home Standby Generator. 17 degrees to start your day in Halifax. Currently 18 as you head outdoors early this morning in Charlottetown. 15 degrees in Fredericton. 10 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City. 16 into Gander. Over to our forecast timeline. So early this morning, we do have a low chance of shower activity expected for Prince Edward Island, parts of Cape Breton Island, only around a 30% chance of that happening. For the most part, we are seeing sunshine to start your day for the Maritime region. Newfoundland and Labrador, a bit of a cloudier day ahead. We do have precipitation tracking across both those provinces today, a chance of showers for parts of Labrador and shower activity for parts of Newfoundland. Into the afternoon, much of the same is expected. We are going to see precipitation across both Newfoundland and Labrador for the most part. Into the Maritime region, a chance of showers expected for parts of all three Maritime provinces into the afternoon, around a 30 to 60% chance of it happening. Taking us into tonight, we are going to see precipitation begin to clear out for Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, if we do see any. And for New Brunswick, still holding on to a chance of some shower activity, taking us into early Thursday morning, clearing out, leaving sunshine to start your day on Thursday. And we are going to see a chance of showers return for parts of the Maritime region. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining quite light, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters of additional precipitation for North Mountain. And then for Labrador, also remaining quite light, seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters for Labrador City. And then for Newfoundland, the heaviest being 20 to 30 millimeters into Corner Brook. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be below seasonal to seasonal and ranging from 24 to 27. We are going to see sunshine to start your day, looking at some scattered showers moving into the afternoon. Pretty light wind across the province today. For Prince Edward Island, looking at daytime highs between 23 degrees in Surrey up to 25. Isolated showers to start your day, clearing out, leaving mainly sunny skies. Wind will pick up into the afternoon out of the northwest, 20 gusting to 40. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, much of the same. Some isolated showers to start your day. Clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with highs between 21 degrees in Cheticamp up to 26 today. Wind gusts getting up to 40. And then the rest of Nova Scotia looking at lots of sunshine today, not really seeing any shower activity for this part of the province. Highs will range from 22 degrees in Yarmouth up to 27 in Halifax and Shelburne. Wind gusts getting up to 40. For Labrador City, a high of 18 degrees today, mainly cloudy skies to start your day. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected into the afternoon. 20 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Not seeing shower activity in your area until this evening. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. In Colombia, crews are racing to find survivors amid the rubble after Monday's powerful earthquake. More than 250 people have been killed and thousands remain unaccounted for. CNN's Reid Benyon has the latest.
Colombia's president on Tuesday touring areas devastated by the massive earthquake that rocked the country Monday, the government declaring a national disaster as the nation's army deploys forces to the most gravely devastated areas. Some areas hard to reach, including near the quake's epicenter, have yet to receive help, according to one indigenous leader. A United Nations official says distribution of food is critical in the coming days. World leaders are offering assistance, and so are aid groups.
We've already deployed a team. They're already on the ground. The devastation is vast, and it covers a large geographical area.
Volunteers in the U.S. also doing what they can to help.
Just trying to help out whoever might need it.
Those relief efforts coming amid ongoing rescue efforts. Emergency responders racing to find people still buried under the rubble. Volunteers aiding in the daunting task of locating survivors. Video shows the moment an infant was pulled from the wreckage of an apartment building. One of the rescuers said he and several other civilians helped save the child after he heard someone under the rubble calling for help. The assistance from volunteers coming as first responders need all the help they can get amid the massive rescue effort. Crews also utilizing specialized search and rescue dogs that Colombian police say are playing a key role. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
There are new signs that the framework of an agreement with the U.S. could be within reach and shared with U.S. President Donald Trump before next week's deadline. That is when a new round of punishing tariffs Canada is hoping to avoid is expected to kick in. CTV's Mike Couture is in Washington with more.
Ambassador Greer, I'm with Canadian TV. Just wondering if you could tell me how trade talks are going with Canada.
U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer said little after a nearly hour-long meeting with his Canadian counterparts. Ahead of their third face-to-face in as many weeks, Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc was optimistic.
How are you feeling about the talks today? I feel great.
CTV News has learned that both Canadian and American trade representatives are aiming to present the layout of a trade deal to U.S. President Donald Trump in the days leading up to the August 19th deadline. In a previous meeting, both sides were discussing concessions. The U.S. could lower sectoral tariffs on steel and aluminum, while Ottawa has offered to talk to the provinces about putting American alcohol back on store shelves and is looking at dropping counter tariffs on U.S. autos. When the meeting wrapped up, LeBlanc had little to say.
Minister, how close are we to a deal?
Bonjour. Hello. You know we're not going to discuss those things.
But how confident are you the way that the conversations
Mike,
are going?
Full points for trying. You're outside in the Washington heat in the
I know, but a lot of Canadians are wondering. A lot of Canadians are wondering how close you are.
We'll have something to say when the moment's right.
And many watching these talks want to see a significant return in exchange for any Canadian concessions.
Hopefully we can get something whereby the 50% tariffs don't come on in a week's time and that we can actually get the sectoral tariffs taken off.
Mr. Carney's put a lot of chips on the table. He's conceded a lot and hasn't gotten a lot in return. I think that needs to end.
It's unclear when LeBlanc will meet with Greer again, but LeBlanc's office confirms that Canada's lead trade negotiator, Janice Charette, is in daily contact with her American counterparts. Mike Couture, CTV News, Washington.
Thank you, Mike. A second break here on your Morning Atlantic. When we return on the other side, we will have your top business headlines, plus your must-see moment from TSN. Please stay with us.
Welcome back to our show. It is 6:23 and time to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. And for it, we head to the Bronx. The Yankees taking on the Mariners, top one. With a runner on first, Dominic Canzone hits one off second base. And check out the play from George Lombard Jr., who barehands it, throws out Canzone at first. A fantastic reaction by the Yankees' top prospect, delivering the smooth web gem and earning your must-see moment from Tuesday. On Wednesday here on TSN, we have more WNBA action with the Tempo visiting the Wings. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
And now over to your business headlines from our colleagues at BNN.
Aurora Cannabis is in the crosshairs of U.S. giant Curaleaf, which is intending to launch an unsolicited takeover bid. The $4 per share offer was going straight to investors after reports that Aurora's board refused to engage in private talks. In a statement this afternoon, though, Aurora says, contrary to the reports, its lead director corresponded with Curaleaf CEO as recently as last month. Aurora says it plans to form a special committee of independent directors to consider the proposal. At one point today, shares of Aurora shot up more than 20%. And shares of Air Canada hit a 5-year high today amid reports of a new Aeroplan deal. Bloomberg is reporting U.S. investment giant Blackstone is close to buying a minority stake in Air Canada's loyalty program for $2 billion. Blackstone's investment could put more pressure on Aeroplan to generate returns, raising questions about future changes to rewards or fees. And attendance at Cineplex theaters is up, but so were expenses in the latest quarter. Shares of Cineplex were down after the movie chain reported profit in Q2 that missed analyst estimates. On the upside, though, Cineplex posted its best quarterly revenue in its history. It also opened a new Palladium, its entertainment-based venue just north of Toronto. And here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 71.82. West Texas Intermediate also finished the day higher, up to 83.20 a barrel. Western Canadian Select is up to 65.81. And yet another record high for the TSX, closing at 36,475 points. Those are your business headlines. I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, 27 degrees for your daytime high today, looking at sunshine to start your day before scattered showers return into the afternoon. On Thursday, looking at a bit of wet weather ahead. Scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms across the province with a high of 25, 22 degrees on Friday, ending off the work week with wet weather. For Nova Scotia, 27 degrees today, isolated showers clearing, leaving sunshine for the province. 25 degrees on Thursday, isolated showers yet again for parts of the province, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 22 degrees to end off the work week with wet weather ahead, scattered showers yet again. For Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today, isolated showers clear, leaving sunshine. Sunshine starts off the day on Thursday. We do have showers on Friday.
Coming up in this half hour, the most important meal of the day. We're making sure breakfast becomes the most delicious meal of your day. All the tasty details coming up on Your Morning Atlantic.
Whoa. Are we saying Halo ice cream can be used for breakfast?
Apparently.
I am not saying that.
Oh.
I am saying that is maybe to be discussed in the segment. We'll find out how.
Or Halo products.
I personally, actually, the Halo top, that is heaven to me. I did learn about it by being on a show. Have you had the Halo top ice cream?
No, I haven't.
It's a Halo top. It's I don't know. Are we allowed to call it ice cream? I don't know what's in it because it's magical. It's high protein.
Oh, okay.
An ice cream like experience, but extra delicious, and it's healthy.
Ice cream is like my favorite thing to eat.
Okay, well,
especially during the summer months, but even winter. So yeah, protein added.
Halo top will be your new favorite. I have it. For me, the challenge is restraining myself. If I get the little tub, I'll want to eat the whole thing. That is
just a little pint.
Yeah, it's not that.
I'll have a pint.
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of pint I could get. Anyway, we're having some delivered to the studio, and we're going to be chatting about it. Oh yeah. Oh no, you're going to get to have that for breakfast today. Yes, but I'm warning you. Like I learned about it on the show. You won't be able to stop eating it.
Oh, okay. Well, sign me up. Ice cream. It is summer after all.
Exactly.
It's the season.
Exactly. We're going to take a live look right now at Wolfville.
Oh,
wow.
That's glorious.
Nice.
Another treat this morning.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a lovely morning, hasn't it? For so many ways.
Right? It's 18 degrees over in Wolfville right now. It's going to be a beautiful day ahead, mainly sunny skies throughout your day. We are going to see temperatures continue to rise, seasonal to just above seasonal seasonal, but for the most part remaining below seasonal today for many communities across the region. 17 degrees to start your day in Halifax with 18 in Charlottetown, 16 degrees over in St. John, New Brunswick with 8 degrees in Edmundston, 10 degrees in Cartwright, and 15 in Gander. Over to our satellite and radar, we do have some wet weather tracking across parts of both Newfoundland and Labrador. Heaviest rainfall totals will be situated into Newfoundland today for the Maritime region. A low chance of some showers early this morning for Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton Island. Clearing, though, leaving sunshine for much of the province, although we will be seeing a low chance of showers return. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, we will have that coming up. And in terms of our wind forecast, it's going to remain quite light to start your day, at least, picking up into the afternoon. 19 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Etang and in Edmundston, 15 in Halifax. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying more at the pumps in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. In Nova Scotia's Zone 1, gas increased by 6.5 cents overnight. The minimum price now $1.77 a litre. Diesel in the Halifax area increased by 9.3 cents a litre. The minimum price now $2.29.3. The Nova Scotia Energy Board says the change is necessary due to significant shifts in the market price. Now in New Brunswick, price of gas didn't change overnight. It rests at a maximum price of $1.79.8. However, diesel did increase in New Brunswick by 4 cents a litre. The maximum price now $2.39.6. Prices in PEI did not change. New video has surfaced of 3 teens taking a dangerous joyride in Moncton. The video, which appears to be taken by one of the teens, shows a black vehicle with a youth hanging out the window in a Moncton park on Sunday. The driver then goes down the sidewalk.
That's insane, especially where I have young kids and young kids that play soccer in that field. It's nuts.
I'm very surprised because, I mean, we have tiny kids that come here and play in the yard, like play soccer. It's crazy.
There were also complaints about thefts from businesses and break-ins, including this machine shop in Skidoo. The stolen car was eventually located in a ditch. A 16-year-old girl and boy were arrested after a brief foot pursuit. A 14-year-old boy later turned himself in. All 3 teens have since been released from custody and are scheduled to appear in court in a late November date. A Christian organization is suing the city of Moncton after it canceled an event in a public park last summer featuring American worship leader and musician Sean Foyt. The event was set for July 24th, 2025. Foyt is a right-wing Christian musician who has been very supportive of U.S. President Donald Trump and has spoken against abortion rights and LGBTQ+ communities. At the time, the city cited public safety concerns and its code of conduct in city facilities. Now, Burn 24/7 Canada is seeking a declaration that the city violated its freedom of expression and is asking for $50,000 in charter damages.
If you're going to be canceling events of the Canadian public, you have to have real justification for that.
Marty Moore confirmed a similar case against Quebec City is before the courts, and more could be on the way. Moncton's mayor did not provide an interview, saying he had nothing to add while it's before the courts. Residents at a seniors' home in Halifax are sharing concerns over their inability to get up and down floors.
A lot of them have other issues, like breathing issues, heart issues, and they simply can't do the stairs either. So some people have not been out of their apartments for a long time.
About 100 seniors live in the Almond Street building, many with mobility issues. Pamela Punch lives on a 3rd-floor unit, but since Sunday, she's been sleeping in the building's common room on the 1st floor due to recurring problems with the elevator. Recovering from a knee replacement, the 79-year-old says she can no longer make the trip down 2 flights of stairs. The president of Northwood Group Home Companies, who owns the building, admits the decades-old elevator is reaching the end of its working life.
We are sorry. These failures over the summer, we know it's disrupted people's lives and it's made it hard for residents to do something as basic as going home. And that's really not our standard.
He says work to modernize and replace the elevator is planned for later this year, but they're trying to move up the date with the contractor. Halifax is once again hosting some of the best young lacrosse players in the country. The Canadian Minor Box Lacrosse National Championships are being hosted in Halifax once again. The national tournament kicked off Tuesday night with an opening ceremony at the Cole Harbour Place Arena. Hundreds of players, coaches, and families from across the country are in the city for the week-long tournament. Organizers expect another great showcase of lacrosse after a successful national tournament last year.
So this is where all 40 teams participating this week came, and we celebrated the Indigenous roots of the game, as well as had some dignitaries speak, open the tournament. There are over 100 games being played this week across 2 venues within the HRM.
That is a lot of games. Lacrosse, of course, is Canada's national summer game. We're wishing all the athletes best of luck. Hope you have a great time while you're here in Nova Scotia as well. Some had to travel pretty far, some not so far.
Right.
Just saw Team New Brunswick there just a moment ago, but good luck. And of course, we had featured them. You were still on vacation last week, Crystal, but we did feature some of the young athletes last week.
Amazing.
On the show.
These opportunities to bring athletes together from across the country for these sporting events, they're so special. The memories last forever.
It's true.
Shout out to everybody who makes them possible. Okay, well, our Move Morning Chat segment with our friends at Move in Fredericton will happen a little later this morning. Today we're being preempted by ice cream, so we're okay with that. So we want to get your answers, though, about the Move Morning Chat, so you can weigh in now. First of all, what are your absolute bedtime pet peeves? This is interesting. So text us at 10400. Do you want to prime the pump? Do you have a pet peeve you could share?
We said eating in bed is one.
Ugh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be definitely there. I would say, what else?
Yeah, some people, they're big on no tech in bed as well.
Yeah.
Like, put the cell phones away.
Sure. I think one for me is asking me complicated questions just as I'm about to...
Crystal! Me and Amanda spoke about this. Yes.
Save it for later. When I have my high energy. Where were you in the morning?
I need to implement this in my household now. Do not have a serious, hardcore conversation with me in my space of peace where I rest my head at night.
Yes.
Never thought of this before.
Your partners do that too.
Yeah. Oh, my kids too. That's like, Mom, got a project tomorrow. And, like,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, by the way, so when we file that tax thing, I'm like, no. 8:30. I'm tired.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I really like this boy at school, but why don't we talk about this in the day? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Earlier when I was cooking dinner or something.
Exactly. When I had like 1 ounce of energy to share with you. Anyway, yeah,
Mommy's
so
sleepy time.
Obviously we've got something to share about this. Let us know, 10400, what's your bedtime pet peeve?
We can't wait to hear from you. Okay, still ahead, box offices doing really, really well. We're going to head to Hollywood for your latest entertainment headlines, but next, hope you're hungry this early. Join us for breakfast. We're going to make sure breakfast becomes the most delicious meal of the day. We'll have the tasty details coming up after Latavia's forecast.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:43, taking a live look at Portugal Cove. 16 degrees to start your day. We are expecting isolated drizzle early in the morning, clearing out though, leaving sunshine before seeing precipitation return into the evening. So for this morning, temperatures remain warm for the Maritime. 17 degrees in Halifax, 18 starting off your day in Charlottetown. A bit cooler in Bathurst at 14 degrees, 10 degrees in Labrador City, and 16 into Corner Brook. Over to our forecast timeline. We are going to see sunshine for much of the Maritime region. Some isolated drizzle expected and or showers early in the morning for Prince Edward Island, parts of Cape Breton Island, and then Newfoundland and Labrador dealing with some wet weather to start your day as well. Into the afternoon, precipitation will continue for both Newfoundland and Labrador, being the heaviest into parts of Newfoundland. For the Maritime region, a chance of showers is going to return for parts of all 3 Maritime provinces, but for the most part, still holding on to sunshine. Into this evening, we are going to see precipitation remain for parts of New Brunswick. Other than that, though, clearing out for early Thursday morning. We are going to see sunshine start off the day yet again before a chance of showers returns into the afternoon. If you are wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light for the Maritime region, only seeing an additional 2 to 5 millimeters for North Mountain. For Labrador, we are looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters for Labrador City, and the heaviest it will be into Newfoundland, looking at 20 to 30 millimeters for Corner Brook, 10 to 20 for Gander. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs will range from 24 to 27 degrees today. A sunny start to your day, looking at some scattered showers moving in into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, isolated showers to start your day, clearing though, leaving mainly sunny skies for the remainder. Daytime highs between 23 degrees in Surrey up to 25. Wind gusts picking up into the afternoon, getting up to 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, much of the same. Isolated showers early in the morning expected, clearing out though, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Daytime highs between 21 degrees in Cheticamp up to 26. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, mainly sunny throughout your day today. Highs will range from 22 to 27, and we are going to see wind gusts getting up to 40 into the afternoon as well. 18 degrees for Labrador City. Mainly cloudy start to your day. We are expecting shower activity into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. 20 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at a mix of sun and cloud. We do have a chance of showers moving in into the evening. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. 6:45. And we've always been told breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But who decided it couldn't also be the most delicious? Halo Top is shaking up the morning routine and giving us permission to have a little dessert for breakfast. Here with more on this epic idea is lifestyle contributor and our partner, Taylor Kay. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning. I mean, really, who doesn't want frozen dessert for breakfast, right? And wait till I tell you how much protein is packed in these mighty containers.
Well, I want to hear more about this because at this time of year especially, you want something quick and you want something cool. So tell us more.
Exactly. I know, and I know back to school's around the corner too, so I want something, so I'm running out the door. So with Halo Top, you're going to get 7 to 8 grams of protein per serving. It's a strong source of fiber and calcium and less sugar. And with Halo Top, they're delivering that better for you benefits that you're looking for in a breakfast, all while doing, we want those crave-worthy flavors and that feel-good satisfaction. I'll give you some of the lowdown on protein and sugar, and then we'll get to recipes, Crystal. But you're looking at 110 to 150 calories, per serving. Again, that's 7 to 8 grams of protein per serving. Then you're getting like Halo Tops has 1/4 of the sugar. They've got 1/3 of the calories, 1/8 of the fat, and 1/15 of the saturated fats compared to traditional frozen desserts. So with every scoop, you really are getting delicious flavors, and you're feeling good with every bite.
You really are. I mean, full disclosure, I'm a huge fan of Halo Top. I'm tasting, This is the mint chip that, thanks to Halo Top for sending us to try. It's really good. And, I was reading nutritionally, I'll speak for myself only, the container is about the same amount of calories, protein, everything as a protein bar. So I'd rather have this, honestly. Tell us more about this, the recipes, for example.
Okay, there's so many different recipes, and I even people are on TikTok and Pinterest doing recipes, but literally I took the vanilla bean this morning and then I did, a scoop of, a couple scoops of the vanilla bean, put it in my little blender. I also did a little scoop of peanut butter, so I've got my protein shake. Then I've got the strawberry. I know my kids love protein bowls. So we've taken the strawberry frozen dessert, then I'm adding coconut, I'm adding a little bit of oats and then bananas on top. And the other thing you can do, for brunches on the weekend, if you're making pancakes, you could do protein pancakes, Crystal, and then add a scoop of your favorite flavors. There's sea salt, caramel, peanut butter swirl, vanilla bean, chocolate, strawberry. Really, there's a flavor for everyone. You can just visit your local retailer to find out more and to snack up on your own Halo Top.
Yeah, great ideas. Love that they could be combined with other items to become kind of like a breakfast staple. Fantastic idea. I couldn't help but notice you have something else on the table, a freeze-dried snack, perhaps?
Which, freeze-dried snacks on top of these smoothies or the parfaits, like the strawberry, like the little frozen dessert parfait. Now, what you're going to love about this is a Canadian company, and we love supporting Canadian companies. It's a Canadian snack company started by a husband and wife team, Jenny and Han, and this brand is called Omi, and they have amazing flavors. It's colorful freeze-dried fruit and yogurt snacks. Now, Omi's Yogurt Crunch is made with Canadian yogurt, real fruit, then freeze-dried to create this light, satisfying texture that doesn't require refrigeration, which I love. I can just throw it in my bag. It contains added probiotic cultures. It's shelf stable and easy to enjoy, again, right out of the bag. Then they also have freeze-dried fruit snacks as well, where they just transform regular fruits that we love, like apples and bananas, into freeze-dried snacks. Again, these snacks are made with real fruit, no refrigeration, naturally colorful, flavorful, and crispy. Okay, so if I'm talking about the yogurt crunch, this is the blueberry, and it comes in these little cubes, and the crunch, I can't keep these in my house. And then, of course, we've got the banana as well, and the banana is the freeze-dried. Now, I will tell you, if you want to if people want to find out more, again, this is an amazing Canadian company. It's OHME, it's OHME, like OHMEfoods.com. And if you use CTV 15, you can try it and, save, which why not save, right? But the banana, I'm obsessed.
Well,
Obsessed.
Taylor, you've already solved a lot of problems for me. Quick, easy, healthy in the morning, mixing up the breakfast routine. Appreciate this so much. Taylor, you have a great day. And thank you so much.
Thank you, and happy breakfast, everybody.
Happy, delicious, fun breakfast on top of that. It is 6:50. That was our lifestyle contributor and partner, Taylor Kay. We're going to take a break. Just time for me to get in about half of this Halo Talk thingy, and I'm excited about it. See you in a moment.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:53. We're going to head over to Hollywood and take a look at your entertainment headlines.
You must have questions.
Why can't your wife finish her book series?
We're getting our first look at the new Anne Hathaway and Dakota Johnson thriller, Verity. The psychological film follows a writer hired to complete a best-selling book series after the author is injured and unable to finish it herself. It's based on the Colleen Hoover novel of the same name. It hits theaters on October 2nd. A new honor for Taylor Swift. She'll be inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame at the age of 36. Swift will be the youngest ever awarded the honor. She's won 14 Grammy Awards and began her career as a teenage country singer. The induction ceremony is later this fall.
Have I told you lately that I love you?
Rod Stewart is canceling his upcoming tour dates after having a heart procedure. It was announced on the 81-year-old singer's Instagram page that he had successfully undergone a routine coronary stent procedure. Doctors are pleased with his recovery. Stewart will take the next 4 weeks to recuperate before returning to the stage. Casey Affleck is celebrating a milestone birthday. The Oscar-winning actor turns 50 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News.
All right, there we go. That was a fun trip to Hollywood. Let's take a look now at some other news. They're a convenient power source for so many everyday rechargeable devices like our phones, tablets, e-bikes, and even lesser-known items like solar lights.
Absolutely, but unfortunately, lithium-ion batteries are also behind a growing number of fires across the country. CTV's Ryan McDonald spoke with some local experts to get advice on reducing the risk.
Fred Dennis's home in Medicine Hat, Alberta was destroyed by fire early last month.
They figured it was a lithium-ion battery.
Dennis lost his dog and cat in the fire. He said the faulty battery was in a solar light on his back deck that he had purchased online. Then in Toronto, fire officials spoke out following a similar incident on the 7th floor of a high-rise.
The greatest, fastest evolving, growing public fire safety risk in this city is lithium-ion battery fires.
For the most part, if you handle it properly, you have no issues bringing it back to us when it's dead.
This recycling depot in Sydney is one place where people can safely get rid of used lithium ions from things like phones, tablets, e-scooters, and e-bikes. Dwayne Lloyd has dealt with enough of them to know that these types of batteries can burst into flames quickly and be difficult to extinguish.
Putting water on them doesn't put them out. Using most fire extinguishers won't put them out.
You never want to charge something beyond 100%.
That's some advice from the Calgary Fire Department, who dealt with 2 fires in less than 24 hours caused by e-scooter batteries overheating. They say the most common causes of lithium-ion battery fires include batteries sold online that don't meet Canadian safety standards, damaged or cheap charging cords, improper disposal of batteries, and overcharging of devices.
If that battery becomes compromised, it goes into what's called thermal runaway, and that's where very, very quickly that fire will accelerate and grow.
Back at this disposal site in Sydney, Dwayne Lloyd says more people seem to know these days that you can't just toss batteries like these in the garbage at home, but it's still worth getting the word out.
More general awareness to the public is always a good thing.
And Dwayne Lloyd at the recycling depot that I visited today added that if a lithium-ion battery happens to become perforated or pierced, his advice is to put it in some sand or a similar type of material and then bring it to a safe disposal site like his to be properly dealt with. Ryan McDonald, CTV News.
It's Wednesday, August 12th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, more video emerges of that dangerous joyride as well as some damage in Moncton over the weekend. We'll have more details just ahead in your news headlines.
And tracking dangerous and contagious catfish cancer. We'll chat with two researchers testing to see if the melanoma has spread from catfish in Quebec to New Brunswick. That's coming up on Your Morning Atlantic this half hour.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 7:01. It's going to be quite a nice day ahead. We're
glad to hear
halfway
it.
through the week. Can't complain.
Glad to hear it. I just made a misspoke in that intro. I said dangerous. I'm not sure if the cancer is dangerous. I will find out from the researchers.
Yeah, what we've been hearing so far, it's transmissible between the catfish. But is there concern about transmitting to human? My understanding with the research, not so much.
Okay.
But it's between them, but...
Might be dangerous to the fish population. So anyway...
Absolutely.
I misspoke, but it might be. We'll find out. We'll
get all those details.
Exactly, but I don't want to mislead you.
Yeah, but it's just fascinating that researchers, they're from Cambridge, UK, that they were along the St. John River testing catfish. So they're doing some tests, but it's going to be really interesting to speak with the researchers about what they found, how they did the testing, what are the concerns.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
Two of the researchers will be joining us from across the pond to talk about the waters here, and that's coming up in 15 minutes.
Well, awesome. I'm very much looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah.
We're setting that up. And also looking forward to the day. It looks like it is going to be a lovely one.
Oh, yeah. It's quite warm for the Maritime region for the most part to start your morning. We are going to see temperatures rise yet again. Some above seasonal, some below, some right in the middle.
The sun rises this morning.
I know, right?
10 out of 10.
I know,
Iona?
so incredible. Yes, it is Iona.
It's glorious. Go to the Highland Village. It's really fun.
It's beautiful. Is that like a bridge highway or something?
Yeah,
out there?
it is.
That's
it is. It's a great view. There's a wonderful hotel there with a great pub.
Ooh,
Yeah,
sign me up. Yes, yes, yes. 18 degrees to start your day. We do have a low chance of showers expected early in the morning, but as you can see there, nothing is happening as of right now. 17 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 18 this morning in Charlottetown, 8 degrees in Edmonton with 16 in St. John, New Brunswick, 10 degrees over in Cartwright, 16 in Corner Brook. Over to our satellite and radar. Sunshine for the most part to start your day for the Maritime region. We do have a very low chance of showers expected for Prince Edward Island, parts of Cape Breton Island early on, clearing out though into the afternoon. Newfoundland, Labrador will be dealing with a bit of precipitation, heaviest into Newfoundland today. And in terms of our wind forecast, as of right now, 19 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang with 17 into North Cape as well as into Yarmouth, 15 in Halifax with 13 in St. John, New Brunswick. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. We start with prices at the pumps. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying more in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Starting with Nova Scotia Zone 1, gas increased by 6.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.77 a litre. Diesel in the Halifax area increased by 9.3 cents. The minimum price now $2.29.3 a litre. The Nova Scotia Energy Board says the change is necessary due to significant shifts in the market price. And in New Brunswick, the price of gas didn't change. It rests at a maximum price of $1.79.8 a litre. However, diesel did increase in New Brunswick by 4 cents a litre. The maximum price now $2.39.6. Prices in PEI did not change overnight. New video has surfaced of 3 teens taking a dangerous joyride in Moncton. The new video, which appears to be taken by one of the teens, shows a black vehicle with a youth hanging out the window in a Moncton park on Sunday. The driver then goes down the sidewalk.
That's insane, especially where I have young kids and young kids that play soccer in that field. It's nuts.
I'm very surprised because, I mean, we have tiny kids that come here and play in the yard, like play soccer. It's crazy.
There were also complaints about thefts from businesses and break-ins, including this machine shop in Skaduk. The stolen car was eventually located in a ditch. A 16-year-old girl and boy were arrested after a brief foot pursuit. A 14-year-old boy later turned himself in. All 3 teens have since been released from custody and are scheduled to appear in court in late November. Returning American wine and spirits to Canadian store shelves is on the bargaining table as the two countries talk trade in Washington. American booze was pulled from most Canadian store shelves more than a year ago as a response to U.S. tariffs. It's been so effective, it's now part of Canada's trade negotiations. Exports of American alcohol to Canada dropped 81%, representing more than $580 million in 1 year. In fact, about 40% of all the bottled wine exports from California went to Canada. The head of Wine Growers Canada says that state will be fighting hard to bring their customers back, so Ottawa needs a strategy to maintain this Buy Canadian momentum.
The governments can help the industry turn this into a win for Canadian wines, for Nova Scotia wines, and that's really a discussion that we'd like to have.
In a statement to CTV News, Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston says right now the province has no plans to reinstate American alcohol. To the waters now, belugas, orcas, sharks of many varieties are being sighted in the waters here on the East Coast, and it's creating a lot of excitement and also in many cases drawing good-sized crowds to the water's edge. But are all these sightings just a case of being in the right place at the right time, or are more sea creatures showing up here? CTV's Ryan McDonald takes a closer look.
First, it was a killer whale at the Canso Causeway. Then there was a beluga that made its way into the Bredor Lake at St. Peter's.
My little girl and I are here from Ontario, and we've seen this online and decided to come and see the whale.
And lately there has been some excitement in and near Mabu after a great white shark named Bella was pinged in the water nearby. Ryan McDonald is a radio host in the Mabu area. He says a lot of the attempts to spot the great white and the orca and beluga earlier this summer appear to be fueled by online content.
Looking at social media and that people seem to be interested in seeing it. I don't know if they're going out on boats looking for it or not, but people were asking, is it okay to still go swimming in the Mabu area?
Just think about it now. Everyone, they've got their mobile phones, they've got, handheld drones.
Dr. Neil Hammerschlag is a marine ecologist and shark researcher in Nova Scotia. He spent today cage diving with great whites. While there have no doubt been changes in human behavior, he says there have been changes to marine ecosystems too.
There are changes happening to the environment, particularly the waters are warming, the oceans are warming in places that may have been historically a little too cold for them to spend a lot of time.
The time that he spent here, I think, has been a fantastic opportunity for people, especially kids, to see a marine mammal.
And as proof that rare sightings have happened in the past, this is video from 1992 when a whale named Willard got stuck in Sydney River. It caused a sensation then, as the recent sightings do now.
People see them in other parts of the world all the time, but to see something like an orca on Cape Breton Island, it's pretty cool.
Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Thank you, Ryan. I also love how East Coast that story was when a Ryan McDonald interview was a Ryan McDonald.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Bella was off the coast of Port Hood Beach. My daughter was said that they didn't see it, but they knew it was there.
Really? So they took,
they didn't go paddling out very far then.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Don't blame them, yeah.
Well, speaking of seafood, we got some exciting news. Animals in the sea. We've got Clearwater, okay? Guess what? Your Morning Atlantic and Clearwater teaming up to celebrate 50 years of seafood. 50 for 50 is the name of the contest because they're giving away 50 pounds of lobster. So founded back in 1976 as a small lobster retailer in Nova Scotia, Clearwater has grown into one of North America's largest seafood companies. So in honor of their 50th anniversary, we've got this contest, which you can win by using that QR code or going to ctvatlantic.ca. All you have to do if you win is invite us along and melt the butter.
Absolutely.
We'll bring the sides.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yes, we'll bring the sides. I found a great potato salad recipe lately I'm really excited about.
Ooh.
Yeah, what about you?
The recipes?
I'll bring that potato salad. It's got dill pickles in it. Hope that's okay.
Oh, that does sound great.
I'll bring my bib.
With the bib.
Bring all the bibs.
I'll bring all the bibs. Yeah, not just mine.
Yeah.
For you as well.
Perfect. Okay, still ahead. We're drooling over the forecast. We'll have that coming up after the break. Plus, we'll have your national news headlines. We're going to take a live look now. Beautiful Summerside.
Different view.
Yeah, different angle. Normally when we take our live eye there, we're checking on the progression of that building under construction.
Nicely.
Yes. Excellent job they're doing.
Good morning. Taking a live look at Parsboro. This morning, we're looking at a beautiful sunny start to the day. 12 degrees early this morning. We do have a very low chance of shower activity expected early on. We'll clear out if you do see any precipitation. We will be seeing sunshine for the remainder of the day. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 17 degrees early this morning in Halifax with 18 in Charlottetown, 15 degrees in Fredericton as well as into Bathurst, 11 in Labrador City, 17 degrees over in Corner Brook. Over to our forecast timeline. Sunshine for much of the Maritime region to start your day. A very low chance of some showers expected early this morning for Prince Edward Island, parts of Cape Breton Island, and for Newfoundland and Labrador. We are going to see precipitation over there as well, heaviest being into parts of Newfoundland today. Into the afternoon, a chance of showers expected for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. Will start to clear out, though, for much of the Maritime region as we head towards early Thursday morning. All 3 maritime provinces will remain sunny into early Thursday morning before a chance of showers is expected to return. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining light for all 3 maritime provinces, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for North Mountain. For Labrador, the heaviest being 5 to 10 millimeters for Labrador City, and the heaviest for Newfoundland, 20 to 30 millimeters into Corner Brook. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 24 to 27 degrees today. A sunny start to your day. We do have some scattered showers expected into the afternoon and light wind across the province. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 23 degrees in Surrey up to 25 today. Isolated showers to start your day, clearing out though, leaving mainly sunny skies. Wind picking up into the afternoon out of the northwest, 20 gusting to 40. Pretty much the same for Cape Breton Island, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. We are going to see a very low chance of shower activity early in the morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Daytime highs between 21 degrees in Cheticamp up to 26. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, holding on to sunshine throughout your day today. Highs between 23 degrees in Yarmouth up to 28 in Halifax. We do have wind gusts getting up to 40. And then for Labrador City, 18 degrees. We are going to see mainly cloudy skies starting off your day. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected into the afternoon. 20 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and cloud throughout the day. Evening showers is expected. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Now we're going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is the Campfire Conditions Report brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. And for the province of New Brunswick, you are currently allowed to have a campfire. For Nova Scotia, most counties are allowed to have a campfire between the hours of 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. There are a few exceptions in Antigonish County, as well as Richmond and Cape Breton counties. Campfires are currently allowed between 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. And for Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently allowed with domestic brush burning between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 a.m.
Thank you so much, Kaylin. It has been a busy summer for wildfires and flooding across the country, and it's having an impact on the insurance industry. Home insurance is now out of reach and often unavailable for many living in high-risk areas. CTV's Adrian Gobriel explains.
From deadly infernos to dangerous downpours, Canadian communities are being ravaged by climate catastrophes.
Parts of Canada that haven't typically experienced natural disasters are experiencing those.
Flooding remains the primary source of insured losses across the country.
We know from the Insurance Bureau of Canada that approximately 6% of the Canadian housing market is now uninsurable for flood risks. So that's approximately 850,000 homes can no longer get insurance for flooding.
In 2025, flooding caused over $1 billion in insured losses in Canada. In 2024, that number spiked to more than $4 billion. And now Canadians in flood zones aren't just running into issues with insurance companies.
Mortgage providers such as Desjardins Financial, they've stopped offering mortgages in certain high-risk flood zones, such as in Quebec. So when I think of these events, I think of people themselves being impacted.
Alberta has seen the largest increase in homeowner insurance, with premiums climbing more than 390% over the last 20 years. And with the increased frequency of forest fires, insurance rates could creep higher nationwide.
You're seeing wildfires in parts of the country that we are not used to. Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, encroaching to the Metro Vancouver area.
The hard truth is, if you live in an area that's at higher risk and you can still get insurance, prepare to pay more. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Toronto.
Thank you, Adrian. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll speak with the researchers who are tracking contagious catfish cancer that's in Quebec and what they found in waters in New Brunswick. That's up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back to Your Morning Atlantic. It's almost 7:22. Researchers tracking contagious catfish cancer in Quebec are now testing to see if it also spread to New Brunswick. Samples of brown bullhead catfish with dark spots in lakes up and down the St. John River were taken this past spring. Here to tell us more, two of those researchers, University of Cambridge postdoctorate fellow Zoe Clark and assistant professor Kevin Gorey. They join us now from across the pond in Cambridge, England. Good morning to you two.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. What a pleasure to have you with us. First, I'll begin with you. Maybe, Zoe, you could answer. Why do you think the fish cancer has perhaps traveled to New Brunswick?
Yeah, so that's a great question. First, we have to confirm that the cancer is the same thing that what we're looking at in Vermont. And rather than the idea of it having spread from Vermont to New Brunswick, what we've actually found in New Brunswick is anecdotal reports that the fish have been looking like this for decades. So, you know, either these are two totally unrelated things that are going on, but more likely than that, this is a story that goes back decades and we're just finding out about it now. So the origin point of this cancer is currently unknown.
Interesting. I'm curious to hear if this is in fact this contagious cancer, how concerned do we need to be about its spread?
Well, it does seem to be quite prevalent in some of the places we've been looking, so it could be spreading. We really need to go back and see how widespread it is across the country.
And with its spread, and I guess what I'm getting at is could it wipe out the fish population? Is it dangerous to creatures that feed on the fish? Is it dangerous to humans?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we don't think it's dangerous to individuals or other animals that feed on the fish because, you know, it would be like ingesting any other cell. You ingest the cell and it dies. But yes, there's definitely a concern that it could be impacting either the brown bullhead fish population or other closely related fish populations or fish populations that even share the same niche in a negative way. These brown bullhead, they're pretty hardy. So, you know, their numbers still seem to be really, really high. But it's possible that, you know, maybe there's a lot fewer older fish or, you know, this is changing the way the bullhead interact with the eels, for example, and that this could be shifting the overall ecosystem of the freshwater lakes and rivers in New Brunswick. So that's the kind of thing we're definitely going to be looking at.
Now, if it does turn out to be cancer after the DNA testing results come back, what next steps would be taken?
So, well, first of all, we don't know how many independent cancers there are in these populations. So one thing we'd really like to find out is how different are the cancers we find in this population from the ones in, say, Lake Memphremagog that we've already seen in the past. Is it exactly the same thing? Is it a new thing? Is there some susceptibility in catfish that makes them more likely to generate this disease than other species? There's lots of things that we don't know at the moment, and we're hoping to come back and find out more.
Well, we do have some images of you in the field gathering samples in New Brunswick, but I understand you're hoping to come back in a vessel called the Tragically Ship, which is a nod to your Tragically Hip cover band using tuba and accordion. I could not leave this question alone. I need to know more.
Yeah, so Kevin and I have this plan. We've really been noticing the prevalence of this, what appears to be this melanoma in the fish in New Brunswick is quite high. And but we've only been able to sample, you know, quite close to Fredericton, really. So we'd like to plan a trip next summer where we say rent some kind of camper van and or a small boat, and we go up the St. John River. And I can imagine we'd spend a few weeks doing that. so we'd probably end up playing a bit of music along the way.
Yeah, they're long days out fishing, and you need to do something to pass the time. Well, Zoe's introduced me to this band, the Tragically Hip, so that's a good place to start.
The Tragically Ship sounds like a fun, and an interpretation of their music through accordion and tuba would be something I've never heard. I think that Canadians would be eager to hear that. So please, when you do come, do not hesitate to reach out. We'd love to hear more.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, stay tuned. We'll let you know for sure.
Wonderful. Yeah. Stay tuned, indeed, pun intended. Thank you so much for your time today, and we look forward to hearing more about your research and the rest of your work, too.
It's been a pleasure.
Great.
Thanks
Thank
so much.
you for having us.
All right, we're going to take a break. We will be back with more of our show right after this. Do stay with us.
Before you pack up for your next adventure, hear us out. Coming up, we'll get some timely tips on travel must-haves ahead of your next getaway. That's coming up in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Come on in and join us for exactly halfway through the show. It's been a wonderful show so far this morning.
Jam-packed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it starts off with a frozen dessert. Halo top.
Great way to start the
I did
day.
eat the whole container, by the way. It was delicious. I had fun over the break, my little break, talking to people in Cape Breton, and more than one came up and said, I'm surprised that you are not a larger woman, given the amount of food you eat on the show. And I said, well, that's true. I do eat a lot on the show. Most of the time, I just do take a little bite. But not all the time.
Yeah, not all the time. Usually, Crystal's fast eater because it's just commercial break, right? So it's like,
oh yeah, it's true. You got to eat
it down.
Yeah, exactly. But that is one of the great privileges of being on the show, is getting to taste many delicious foods.
Oh yeah.
I know. And it was so fascinating too, the research regarding catfish out of Cambridge, UK.
Yeah.
Regarding the fish in the water, the river, St. John River in New Brunswick.
I really do hope they will connect when they come back next year, because they seem like fascinating people. I'd love to hear more. You were saying, where do they eat? Where do they stay in New Brunswick? I'd love to know that.
Those details. And it sounds like they had a great time while they were here doing that research. Wow.
Really interesting. Also interesting in answering these questions that have been really, I guess, around for a decade. They were saying that these spots have been, I have seen fish like that in the water. So just finding out what exactly is going on and what that means, that's important work.
Absolutely, yeah.
The fish do look cute, I have to say.
Really?
Yeah, I thought the pictures were cute. If you think fish are cute, wait till you see the snake picture I'm going to show you. Anywho,
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, there's beauty in all things.
Absolutely.
King Square, Uptown St. John.
Oh, like this double-decker gazebo, which apparently they do have a special ladder, but they only pull it out for certain occasions.
Yes, which makes sense, because I feel like everyone would be trying to get up.
Exactly.
Myself included. 15 degrees to start your day. We are going to start the day with sunshine before a chance of showers moves into the afternoon. 17 degrees in Charlottetown as well as into Halifax this morning. 14 degrees over in Happy Valley Goose Bay and 16 over in Gander. Here's a look at our satellite and radar sunshine for much of the Maritime region, although we do have a very low chance of some showers expected early on for Prince Edward Island as well as into Cape Breton Island. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador will be dealing with precipitation throughout the day today. And in terms of our wind forecast, quite light early to start. We are going to see it pick up into the afternoon. As of right now, though, 22 kilometers per hour in Halifax, 13 into Charlottetown, as well as into Bathurst and Edmundston, 11 in Sydney. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying a lot more at the pumps in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick this morning. In Nova Scotia Zone 1, gas increased by 6.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.77 a litre. Diesel in the Halifax area increased by 9.3 cents a litre. The minimum price now $2.29.3. The Nova Scotia Energy Board says the change is necessary due to significant shifts in the market price. In New Brunswick, price of gas did not change overnight. It rests at a maximum price of $1.79.8 a litre. However, diesel did increase in New Brunswick by 4 cents a litre. The maximum price now $2.39.6. Prices in PEI did not change. New video has surfaced of 3 teens taking a dangerous joyride in Moncton over the weekend. The new video, which appears to be taken by one of the teens, shows a black vehicle with a youth hanging out the window in a Moncton park on Sunday. The driver then goes down the sidewalk.
That's insane, especially where I have young kids and young kids that play soccer in that field. It's nuts.
I'm very surprised because, I mean, we have tiny kids that come here and play in the yard, like play soccer. It's crazy.
There were also complaints about thefts from businesses and break-ins, including this machine shop in Skaduk. The stolen car was eventually located in a ditch. A 16-year-old girl and boy were arrested after a brief foot pursuit, and a 14-year-old boy later turned himself in. All three teens have since been released from custody and are scheduled to appear in court in late November. Residents at a seniors' home in Halifax are sharing concerns over their inability to get up and down floors.
A lot of them have other issues, like breathing issues, heart issues, and they simply can't do the stairs either. So some people have not been out of their apartments for a long time.
About 100 seniors live in the Almond Street building, many with mobility issues. Pamela Punch lives on a third-floor unit, but since Sunday, she's been sleeping in the building's common room on the first floor due to recurring problems with the elevator. Recovering from a knee replacement, the 79-year-old says she could no longer make the trip down 2 flights of stairs. The president of Northwood Group Home Companies, who owns the building, admits the decades-old elevator is reaching the end of its working life.
We are sorry. These failures over the summer, we know it's disrupted people's lives and it's made it hard for residents to do something as basic as going home. And that's really not our standard.
He says work to modernize and replace the elevator is planned for later this year, but they're trying to move up the date with the contractor. A Christian organization is suing the city of Moncton after it canceled an event in a public park last summer featuring American worship leader and musician Sean Foyt. The event was set for July 24th, 2025. Foyt is a right-wing Christian musician who has been very supportive of U.S. President Donald Trump and has spoken against abortion rights and LGBTQ+ communities. At the time, the city cited public safety concerns and its code of conduct in city facilities. Now, Burn 24/7 Canada is seeking a declaration that the city violated its freedom of expression and is asking for $50,000 in charter damages.
If you're going to be canceling events of the Canadian public, you have to have real justification for that.
Marty Moore confirmed a similar case against Quebec City is before the courts, and more could be on the way. Moncton's mayor did not provide an interview to CTV News, saying he had nothing to add while it's before the courts. Finally, do you have fond memories of jumping rope with friends? Well, an American engineer is taking a popular childhood game and automating it so that you can play double dutch all on your own. So the rules are simple.
Oh, yeah.
You jump between two ropes going in opposite direction, but instead of having two people on either end turning the ropes, this new machine automates the process. It's a prototype right now called Jump Dreams. The creator says she wants to take her creation to new heights by building a business around the invention.
This is awesome.
What would that be?
Yeah, great idea. And I see that she's got, it looks like she's operating it with her phone or a remote.
I know.
So you can speed it up or slow it down or stop it.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Yes, I hope there's a feature where you can just have one rope going so you could just do the traditional skipping too, because I don't know how to do double dutch.
Me either, actually.
Oh, it's been years. I can. Well, years ago I did. Oh, getting in is the hardest part.
I love getting in. There we go.
But does it have an automated no, the second person. Oh, no. That's too bad. But I want to know if it has, like, the music. Remember how people would sing songs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But even if it's just a single one, it's hard to get in that one, even just to jump in.
Oh, 100%.
And then teddy bear, turn around.
Get a lot of smacks.
Oh, yeah. No, it's fun. I love that. Oh, my gosh. We used to play a game actually called Wiggly Worm, where we'd run the rope like that and you'd
yes.
And which leads us to this next story. I spotted a snake. We talked about the rare green snakes of PEI. I didn't see that. I saw a regular garter snake, but it was a big one. And this was beside my driveway. So there it is. Isn't it beautiful?
Wow, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, right? And once I started taking videos and pictures of it, though, it slithered away. But the funny thing is, it was so long, like at least a meter long, that it took I started videoing the slither, but it was like, it just went on too long. Like, it just took too long. So I gave up. But I did research. I checked out the Museum of Natural History website, and I think it's a male because this one, like I said, was at least a meter long, and the males are larger. But this kind of striping pattern, it's classic garter snake.
Wow.
So they call these harmless and helpful snakes. They eat a lot of insects and things that would cause you harm around the house.
That is good to know. That is a big one, because when I think of gardener snakes, which I used to call gardener snakes, got that wrong for years, they're always so small.
Yeah, that one was huge. My husband seems to think that we have a whole hibernaculum, like a whole family of snakes living in the wood pile. Which I'm thrilled for, because it means to keep the mice and stuff at bay. But
yeah,
we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
When we move the wood this fall.
Snakes over mice any day. All right, we want to bring you to the Move Morning Chat. We're asking this morning, what are some of your absolute bedtime pet peeves? Is it a cleanliness thing? No eating food in bed? Do you have a very specific routine? And it's just, this cannot be disrupted. Send us a text at 10400. We're going to share your answers a little later in the show. And also coming up at 8:15, we're going to hear from Crash and Sarah Betts in Fredericton, Move Mornings in Fredericton, to hear what they have to say. And of course, Crash always has a big story.
Yes, I love
a dilemma.
So enjoying chatting with those two. I think other things, I know you've mentioned it, sheets, sticky sheets that are not cotton.
Not high quality bedding. Yes.
That's a pet peeve.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to take a break here. Please stick around. So much more to come. We're halfway through the show. Latavia has the forecast for this Wednesday. Plus, you traveling soon? We're going to help you pack your bags for your next trip. Travel contributor Jen Weatherhead returns to share some of the top trending travel must-haves. That's coming up.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:44, taking a live look at a beautiful start to the day in Sambro. 18 degrees this morning, and we'll be holding on to sunshine throughout your day today. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. As of right now, it is 17 degrees in Sydney, 15 starting off your day in Yarmouth, 17 in Charlottetown, 15 degrees this morning in St. John, New Brunswick, with 11 into Labrador City, 17 into St. John's. Over to our forecast timeline. For the most part, we are seeing sunshine for the Maritime region, but we do have a very low chance of isolated showers expected this morning for Prince Edward Island, parts of Cape Breton Island as well. And precipitation will be tracking across much of Newfoundland and Labrador today, with Newfoundland seeing the heaviest of the rainfall accumulation. For the Maritime region into the afternoon, a chance of showers will pop up for parts of all 3 Maritime provinces. Clearing out, though, into the overnight hours for tonight. We are going to see sunshine start off the day on Thursday before a chance of showers returns in the forecast. If you're wondering how much we're going to receive, it's going to remain quite light for the Maritimes, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for North Mountain, 5 to 10 millimeters expected for Labrador City, and the heaviest for Newfoundland being around 20 to 30 millimeters for Corner Brook. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 24 to 27. A sunny start to your day. We do expect scattered showers into the afternoon. And then for Prince Edward Island, starting off the day with a low chance of showers. We'll clear out if you do see any precipitation, leaving mainly sunny skies into the afternoon, with daytime highs between 23 to 25. And then for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. Isolated showers expected early in the morning. That will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Highs will range from 21 degrees in Cheticamp up to 26 today. Wind gusts getting up to 40 into the afternoon. Holding on to sunshine for the rest of Nova Scotia today. Daytime highs between 23 to 28, being the warmest into Halifax. Wind gusts getting up to 40. Mainly cloudy start to your day for Labrador City with a high of 18 degrees today. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected this afternoon. 20 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, a mix of sun and cloud with evening showers expected. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thank you so much, Latavia, at 7:46. Now, are you planning your next getaway? If so, you may want to add a few more items to your packing list. Our partner and travel contributor, Jen Weatherhead, returns to share some travel must-haves, helping you travel with ease. Well, good morning, Jen.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a great pleasure to have you here. Let's chat a little bit about feeling fresh when you're traveling. It helps elevate the experience, but sometimes it's easier said than done.
Yeah, but I am going to make it easy for you to feel a little bit fresher because we're going to have something that we pack into pretty much anything that's going to help keep your breath fresh, right? So easy way to kind of feel a little bit pressure. So we have Listerine on the go cool mint mouthwash packets. So these are super portable. They're so tiny. You can put these into absolutely any kind of bag, your carry-on, your purse, put it in a coat pocket, stash some in your car so that way you can feel fresh wherever you go. So it's going to kill that bad breath bacteria, and it's going to leave a long-lasting freshness in your mouth. So let's just say you're on an overnight flight. It's always a little bit weird to brush your teeth on an airplane. You can just use one of these, swish it around, and get that fresh feeling. And again, I think you can just pack it pretty much anywhere. You can get them at Amazon.ca. But what a great little thing to have in your pocket.
Genius. I love that idea. Like super useful for sure. All right, speaking of trips, it's a great time to get in on a last minute road trip idea. What are some ways that you can earn and save?
Yeah, so I think summertime is the perfect time to be doing that Canadian road trip, but we all want to kind of stretch and get better value for our trips and our travel dollars, right? So we want to earn as much as we can, especially on everyday purchases. So Scene Plus is a really great way to do this because they allow their members to earn on everyday purchases that are going to help take them wherever they want to go. They also have been starting to work with Shell. So that's a great way because every time you go to fuel up, you can also redeem and earn while you're there. You can also get a ton of great road trip snacks. I have a huge selection here, but you can also, if you're a Scotiabank, eligible Scotiabank card member or Tangerine, you can save up to 10 cents a liter. And another thing with Scene Plus is that they also have other great travel perks. So Scene Plus Travel, it's powered by Expedia. You can redeem for so many different travel things. The 100 points will equal $1, and you can actually redeem using only points, or you can do a combination. So they make it super easy.
That's great. Oh, that's good news. We love saving money here in Atlantic, Canada. Okay, you've got to see the thermocell there. That's a great thing to pack in when you're headed to the outdoors. A lot of people trying to squeeze in those last few trips to the cottage.
Yeah, and you know what is the worst part about doing that? Mosquitoes, right? Because this is the time of year when they are everywhere. So this is Thermacell's rechargeable mosquito repeller. So I love this because it's super compact and really easy to take with you wherever you're going. If you're going by a lake, you're going to a cottage, something like that. You just take this with you. It has scientifically proven technology that's going to create this 20-foot zone of defense to repel those mosquitoes. It's people safe, it's pet safe because we want to keep our furry friends away from those mosquitoes as well and keep them safe outside and enjoy it. And like I mentioned, it's rechargeable. So it has a USB, you charge it up, it will last for up to 6.5 hours. To recharge, it takes about 2 hours to do a full charge, but it's going to keep everyone nice and comfortable outside. You can get it at Canadian Tire or Amazon.ca.
Perfect. A lot of people live in rural areas too, and that would be helpful for the yard. Okay, we are out of time, but real quick, we always love your money saving tips. What's your travel saving tip today?
Today, I'm going to tell you the cheapest week to fly. It is going to be August 31st. That is when you're going to find the absolute best summer travel deals.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great day, Jen.
Thanks, you too.
That was our travel contributor and partner, Jen in Weatherhead. Now we'll turn our attention over to Amanda.
Thank you so much, ladies. Health and medical news now. We begin stateside. U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order calling for changes to childhood vaccine recommendations, including separating the MMR shot into individual vaccines. It's one of the topics in your health. The order also pushes for children to receive immunizations at separate appointments when possible, despite public health experts warning that delays can increase disease risks. The order comes as U.S. kindergarten vaccination rates have declined, and the country faces a measles outbreak that could threaten its elimination status. A new study suggests that mixing up your exercise routine may help you live longer. Researchers looked at data from more than 111,000 adults over several decades. It found that people who did a greater variety of physical activities had a lower risk of dying early than those who stuck to fewer types of exercise. In fact, those who mixed up their routines the most had about a 19% lower risk of death. Walking showed some of the strongest benefits, while running, racket sports, and weight training were also linked to better health. Experts say different types of movement may help the body in different ways, including heart health, strength, and overall fitness. Finally, a new study shows canine companionship can actually help in the recovery of patients who suffered a stroke.
We're kind of wired to be connected to nature, and dogs are just particularly good at creating that bond.
The study found patients who interacted with therapy animals showed greater engagement in their treatment, had increased physical activity, longer mobility, and lower stress compared to those without animals in their rehabilitation.
We already have a very active animal-assisted treatment program here at Mayo Clinic. We're going to expand that to try and meet more and more needs.
And the relationship wasn't a one-way street either. The doctor says the dog showed lower levels of stress after being in the hospital and working with patients.
We just have one milestone to pass along for you today. It is a 60th anniversary for Vernon and Sharon Henry of Moncton.
Beautiful photo. Look at how gorgeous they look 60 years ago today.
Absolutely. Happy anniversary. And to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. All right, well, it's air conditioning season, but some units are more efficient than others.
That's why organizers have created a contest to find the oldest air conditioner they can find to replace it with a new one. CTV's Pat Foran has the story.
This old air conditioner is being removed from a home in Pickering, even though it's still running. Buttons Heating and Air Conditioning had a contest to find the oldest working air conditioner in Durham region. And this unit, made by a company called Fetters, was still going strong.
Was it still blowing cold air? It was. I came here last week to do the confirmation. It was working, and it was cooling the house very well.
Nigel Charlton says there were more than 100 entries in the contest, which included working air conditioners that were 41, 43, and 44 years old. But this model was the oldest working unit at 52.
Look after it, keep it clean. It'll look after you.
95-year-old Lois Kemp remembers getting the air conditioner in 1974.
I was just a teenager when it was installed.
Steve Kemp says he remembers when the family got the air conditioner and says over 52 years he doesn't recall it breaking down, not even once.
It's been there since 74, and like every year we've maintained it. We've cleared it, we've covered it in the winter. We've always cleaned it in the spring, make sure it's running top notch.
Winning the contest means Lois will get a brand new Daikin air conditioner. Charlton says it will be more efficient and save her money.
Yes, it's been running for 52 years, but if anything happened, she wouldn't be able to fix it. But she's got a brand new one that's more efficient. It's going to be quieter and far less taxing on her energy bill.
This past winter, the company had a contest for the oldest working furnace. The winner came in at 69 years old.
I don't recall us ever having any troubles whatsoever, not one.
With the new air conditioner in place, Lois is optimistic that it will last for many years to come.
Well, I hope so.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, 27 degrees for your daytime high, New Brunswick. Starting off with sunshine, seeing scattered showers into the afternoon. 25 on Thursday, looking at some wet weather continuing across the province with a risk of thunderstorms. And then on Friday, 22 degrees with scattered showers. For Nova Scotia, 27 degrees today. Some isolated showers starting off the day clearing, leaving mainly sunny skies. 25 on Thursday, we do have some isolated showers returning, clearing though, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Wet weather to end off the work week with a high of 22. For Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today. Isolated showers will clear, leaving sunshine. Sunshine starts off the day on Thursday. Isolated showers return. Shower activity on Friday.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Wednesday, August 12th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, more video emerges of a dangerous joyride as well as property damage in Moncton. We'll have those details ahead in your news headlines.
And we want to know, what are some of your absolute bedtime pet peeves? That's our question in today's Move Morning Chat, right here at this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
getting out of bed right now, doing your morning stretch.
I wish.
Oh, I know. I find this is the time I get up, 8 o'clock on the weekends.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I sleep for a solid 12 hours between Friday and Saturday.
Oh, sometimes I do, just because it's like you're tired from the week. That's great, though. Good for you.
Thanks.
Take it.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to sleep until like 6.
Yeah.
I find that a dream.
That's true, too.
I loved it. 7's my alarm set on the weekends. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Within range, we could get showered and dressed and go out for brunch, the three of us, with that schedule.
Right?
Oh,
not today, though. We've got work to do.
That is true.
Busy, busy, busy.
Busy times. You got the news, and of course, you've got the weather, and it looks like a lovely day to report on.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We do have some pop-up shower activity for parts of the Maritime region. Newfoundland, Labrador dealing with some wet weather as well. But for the most part, it's quite a lovely start to the day, as you can see over in Grand Falls, Windsor. As of right now, 16 degrees, expecting a few showers to move in into the afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms as well. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out early this morning. 70 degrees in Halifax as well as into Charlottetown, with 15 starting off your day in Fredericton, 14 degrees in Moncton with 11 in Labrador City. Over to our satellite and radar, you can see that shower activity currently tracking across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Heaviest in parts of Newfoundland into the afternoon later today. For the Maritime region, some isolated showers to start your day for parts of Prince Edward Island and Cape Breton. But for the most part, we are going to see a chance of showers return for parts of all 3 Maritime provinces into the afternoon. And in terms of our wind forecast, starting off quite light, 22 kilometers per hour this morning in Halifax, with 13 into Charlottetown, North Cape and Bathurst, 11 into Greenwood. No wind gusts to report as of right now. So we'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying a lot more at the pumps in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Starting with Nova Scotia Zone 1, that's the Halifax area, gas increased by 6.5 cents overnight. The minimum price now $1.77 a litre. Diesel in the Halifax area increased by 9.3 cents. The minimum price now $2.29.3. The Nova Scotia Energy Board says the change was necessary due to significant shifts in the market price. And in New Brunswick, price of gas didn't change. It rests at a maximum price of $1.79.8. However, diesel, it did increase in New Brunswick by 4 cents a litre. The maximum price now $2.39.6. Prices in PEI did not change. New video has surfaced of 3 teens taking a dangerous joyride in Moncton. The new video, which appears to be taken by one of the teens, shows a black vehicle with a youth hanging out the window in a Moncton park on Sunday. The driver can also be seen driving down the sidewalk.
That's insane, especially where I have young kids and young kids that play soccer in that field. It's nuts.
I'm very surprised because, I mean, we have tiny kids that come here and play in the yard, like play soccer. It's crazy.
There were also complaints about thefts from businesses and break-ins, including this machine shop in Skadook. The stolen car was eventually located in a ditch. A 16-year-old girl and boy were arrested after a brief foot pursuit. A 14-year-old boy later turned himself in. All 3 teens have since been released from custody and are scheduled to appear in court in late November. Police in Halifax have charged a man accused of making a bomb threat, which caused an evacuation of several downtown streets on Monday. 54-year-old Ali Asakura is accused of making a bomb threat against the local U.S. consulate Sunday night. Police found the suspect's vehicle the next morning in the parkade at Purdy's Wharf, the same building where the consulate is located. After finding a propane tank and containers, police evacuated the parkade and neighboring streets. An explosives expert later determined they posed no threat to public safety. The man appeared in Halifax court Tuesday and has been charged with uttering threats and public mischief. He is due back in court later this morning. For the province nicknamed The Rock, it's only fitting that people in Newfoundland and Labrador have found a way to connect and spread kindness using just that. CTV's Garrett Berry explains.
74, 75, 76, 77.
He's bright, encouraging, and growing fast.
89, 89, 100, 90, 90.
Roscoe started with just 2 painted rocks and a simple message calling on neighbors to pitch in. Now, creator Angela Butler can't believe how far it's spread.
So I'm surprised. And just to hear the kids say they love it,
that feels good. It does, yeah.
Some of these young painters.
This one, I painted a rainbow on stripes, but I forgot to add pink, even that a rainbow doesn't have pink. And this one, I just splattered it everywhere.
Part of a nearby summer camp, keeping a close eye on how Roscoe is growing.
We count them and then we mostly look at them.
How does that make you feel?
Happy.
Happy? Why happy?
Good. I don't know.
It's just happy.
Yeah.
Kindness rocks popped up nearly everywhere during the COVID-19 pandemic, so widespread that groups like Ontario Parks began to ask people to be mindful of the possible environmental impact of adding paint to the landscape. Butler says she hadn't considered any bad side effects when she began this project, and she's still deciding what she'll do with these rocks in the winter months.
There'll be good decorations under the snow.
7-year-old Logan says he'd like to see his painted stones shine a little while longer. Garrett Berry, CTV News in Conception Bay South, Newfoundland and Labrador.
What was it? 238.
238 rocks.
And counting.
So cute.
And counting.
I love to see it.
Starting with a kids' summer camp.
It's a really neat idea. It brings, as long as they're there along the pathway, I think that's okay.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They are beautiful. All right, let's talk about a contest. We love a contest around here. We love seafood. We've got exciting news because Your Morning Atlantic and Clearwater teaming up to celebrate 50 years of seafood. Founded in 1976 as a small lobster retailer in Nova Scotia, Clearwater has grown into one of North America's largest seafood companies. In honor of this 50th anniversary, one lucky viewer will win 50 pounds of lobster. That's certainly enough seafood to share with family and friends. So if you'd like to win, scan that QR code or go to ctvatlantic.ca. Enter now. You've got a great shot at this one. The three of us are disqualified for starters.
But you can share.
That's true. That's true. We're here if you win.
Contests are so easy to enter. Just scan that QR code, enter in the details, get a chance to win. Okay, still ahead, Latavia has a look at the forecast, plus CTV's Scott Hurst will have the latest on trade negotiations between Canada and the U.S. Beauce-Jour MP Dominic LeBlanc is in Washington for those talks. Also, we'll have a lot more ahead, too, including the Move Morning Chat at a new time just for this morning and this morning only. So if you miss it at 6:45, we're having it at 8:15 today. That's with our friends in Fredericton, Crash and Sarah. But for now, we're going to take a live look at Antigonish this morning. Looks like traffic is picking up there. We'll have the forecast in just a few moments. Please stick around.
Good morning. The time now is 8:11 on your Wednesday, taking a live look at a beautiful sunny start to the day in Yarmouth. 16 degrees today and holding on to sunshine throughout your day. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 19 degrees to start your day in Sydney with 18 in Halifax. 18 also early this morning in Charlottetown. 17 degrees in Fredericton with 14 in Happy Valley Goose Bay. 17 in Corner Brook. Over to our forecast timeline. We are seeing sunshine for all three maritime provinces early this morning, sticking around into the afternoon as well. Although we do have a low chance of showers expected for Prince Edward Island to start your day, as well as into parts of Cape Breton. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador, a bit of a cloudier day ahead. We do have wet weather tracking across both those provinces. The heaviest will be situated into parts of Newfoundland. For the Maritime region, a chance of showers will move in for parts of all three maritime provinces. Taking us into tonight, a low chance of showers will remain for parts of New Brunswick, clearing out, though, before Thursday morning, as we do have sunshine to start your day before a chance of showers returns into the afternoon. If you're wondering about how much precipitation we're going to receive, going to remain quite light for all three maritime provinces, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for North Mountain. And then the heaviest being for Labrador is 5 to 10 millimeters in Labrador City, and the heaviest for Newfoundland, 20 to 30 for Corner Brook. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Cooler daytime highs for parts of the province, ranging from 24 to 27 today. A sunny start to your day. Scattered showers expected to move in into the afternoon. And then for Prince Edward Island, going to be quite a beautiful day ahead. We do have a low chance of showers to start your day, but that will clear out, leaving mainly sunny skies into the afternoon. Highs will range from 23 degrees in Surrey up to 26 in Tignish and Summerside. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. Some isolated shower activity early on, clearing out, leaving main mix of sun and cloud. Daytime Daytime highs between 21 degrees in Cheticamp, up to 26 today. Wind gusts picking up this afternoon, getting up to 40. For the rest of Nova Scotia, holding on to sunshine for this part of the province. Highs between 22 degrees in Yarmouth, up to 28 in Halifax. Wind gusts getting up to 40 as well. And then for Labrador City, a mainly cloudy start to your day. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected to move in this afternoon. A high of 17. 20 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at sunshine throughout your day, although we do have some shower activity expected to move in into the evening. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Canadian and U.S. trade representatives are aiming to present a layout of a trade deal in front of U.S. President Donald Trump days before next week's U.S. imposed deadline. Meantime, a new CTV Nanos poll finds 9 in 10 Canadians want illegal firearm trafficking as a trade negotiation priority. For more on this, we bring in CTV's Scott Hurst. Scott, let's start with the latest on the trade negotiations. What can you tell us?
Good morning, Amanda. Canadian trade representatives with a renewed push in the U.S. Capitol, trying to reach this agreement, some form of framework of an agreement, particularly before a deadline, which is fast approaching. Just 1 week from today, there are new signs, however, that a framework for an agreement with the U.S. could be within reach and then presented to the U.S. president before that critical deadline. Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc meeting with his American counterpart, Jamieson Greer, for the second time in less than a week. Last month, the U.S. president threatened to impose 50% tariffs on $28 billion worth of Canadian imports, things like wine, hockey sticks, and cement, Trump targeting Canada for what he calls discriminatory trade policies. Trump has taken issues with provincial bans on U.S. alcohol and supply management on dairy, just to highlight a pair of trade irritants. Proposals being discussed by the two sides reportedly include removing the Canadian counter tariffs on autos and provincial bans on alcohol, with the Canadian side looking for relief from sectoral tariffs. Now, at the moment, Amanda, it's unclear specifically when LeBlanc might meet with Jamieson Greer yet again, but they do say that Canada's lead trade negotiator, Janice Charette, is in daily communication with her American counterpart, Amanda.
Scott, you mentioned alcohol, dairy vehicles. We know this. CTV also put this question out to Canadians, asking what they would like to see in the trade negotiations. And it's really interesting what the Nanos poll found.
Amanda, economic relief from the sectoral tariffs and from the tariffs that are being threatened by the U.S. are, of course, a top priority. But a new Nanos poll for CTV News also reveals that public safety is a top issue for Canadians in broader negotiations between Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. As part of a border bargain, 9 in 10 Canadians want the issue of illegal firearms trafficking included as a trade negotiation priority. The cross-border smuggling of firearms poses a real threat to safety and security of Canadians, with law enforcement stats continually showing a majority of violent gun crimes in Canada are committed with illegal firearms, many coming across the border from the United States. And so that is why Canadians, on top of sectoral relief, economic relief on some of these sectoral tariffs, public safety is also an issue that Canadians, that is very much top of mind for Canadians as these negotiators sit down with not just American officials, but overall the Canadian officials, American officials, and Mexican officials.
All right, Scott, a lot of information to break down there. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks, Amanda.
CTV's Scott Hurst reporting live for us from our national newsroom in Toronto. To other news of the morning, in Colombia, crews are racing to find survivors amid the rubble after Monday's powerful earthquake. More than 250 people have been killed and thousands remain unaccounted for. CNN's Reid Benyon has the latest.
Colombia's president on Tuesday touring areas devastated by the massive earthquake that rocked the country Monday, the government declaring a national disaster as the nation's army deploys forces to the most gravely devastated areas. Some areas hard to reach, including near the quake's epicenter, have yet to receive help, according to one indigenous leader. A United Nations official says distribution of food is critical in the coming days. World leaders are offering assistance, assistance, and so are aid groups.
We've already deployed a team. They're already on the ground. The devastation is vast, and it covers a large geographical area.
Volunteers in the U.S. also doing what they can to help.
Just trying to help out, you know, wherever might need it.
Those relief efforts coming amid ongoing rescue efforts. Emergency responders racing to find people still buried under the rubble. Volunteers aiding in the daunting task of locating survivors. Video shows the moment an infant was pulled from the wreckage of an apartment building. One of the rescuers said he and several other civilians helped save the child after he heard someone under the rubble calling for help. The assistance from volunteers coming as first responders need all the help they can get amid the massive rescue effort. Crews also utilizing specialized search and rescue dogs that Colombian police say are playing a key role. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Thank you, Reed. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll have the Wednesday edition of the Move Morning Chat with Crash and Sarah Betts from Fredericton. Please stay with us for that.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Time now for another edition of the Move Morning Chat with Crash and Sarah. This morning we're asking you about your bedtime routine, specifically when it comes to bedtime. What are your absolute bedtime pet peeves? No-nos. Crash, Sarah, what are they?
Well, bedtime pet peeve for me would be like, you know, just my kids taking way too much time to get there, but that's a whole other thing.
Oh, tell me about it.
Because on the weekend, my wife told me I was too dirty and that I had to wash my feet before I got into bed.
What were you doing that day?
Well, here's the thing. So we went to Magic Mountain in Moncton on Sunday, and we stayed all day. We had a great time. But because it was late and I had to work the next morning, I thought, I'm going to shower here so that I can just go home and go, like, right to bed, right? Like, to kind of cut out all that extra time because everybody else is going to want to do that. And so I showered there, and I'm in the van, and I was like, on the way back, we're talking, you know, it's about an hour and a half drive or whatever. And I say, I can't wait to just get home and get a bit. She goes, but you're going to wash your feet again, though, right? And I'm not, like, I was like, no, like I showered there. She's like, you've been walking around an amusement park in those dirty flip-flops, and you're going to wash your feet before you get into our bed. And I said, my feet are probably cleaner now than they were. There were still soap suds squeezing out of the flip-flops. I wore them in the shower. I don't need to wash my feet again. Anyway, I had to wash my feet again before
I love how you went from like, I'm not going to do that. What's the need to? Yes, I washed them before I went in.
Yeah, no, I know who's the boss.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, he didn't want to wash his feet, but Crash is the same person who will not eat in bed.
That's right. No crumbs.
And that's like laying back, watching a show or scrolling on your phone with a fun snack. How fun. How can you deprive yourself of that? It's really a free-for-all in my bedroom. Like, it's crazy. I would love to get to the point where there's no phones. Especially, you know, I use my phone as an alarm clock. I need to get a classic one, get the phones out, because my bedtime pet peeve, it's okay if I'm laying there scrolling with videos and such on full blast, but when my boyfriend does it, he gets the look. Stop. We should be watching my videos. I can't be subjected to this.
Turn it down.
Yeah, it's chaos.
I definitely agree with you there, though. I'm always like, why are you on your phone? He's like, you are too. So?
Whatever.
Right.
Mind your business.
Okay, for me, one of my pet peeves, I think, is now eating in bed. It's something that I used to do.
Really?
Yep, that I'm not gonna lie, I used to do. My mom used to get so mad at me when I did it. And then as an adult, when my husband and I first moved in together, we would do it. We broke that habit quite quickly because I'm like, ew, we have to go to sleep and there's crumbs in the bed. It's bad enough we have the dogs in the bed. I can't have the crumbs too because they're already dirty enough.
It's too much. Okay, I am with Crash's wife. You have to be clean before you go to bed. Though I will say, if you showered at Magic Mountain before you went to bed, I would say you're good.
Okay.
See, thank you. He's watching. Amanda agrees.
Yeah, okay, I will agree with that one. But I don't like it when my husband, like, wears, I call them outside clothes in bed. Like, you know, if you have a quick little, like, oh, you're gonna have like a quick lie down in the afternoon, and if he's like in his daytime clothes or clothes he wore to work, and then he's crawling, where did you sit, sir? What did you touch? Don't bring that into the bed. Wear pajamas. Like, no. Don't do that.
I'll get that too, where it's like I have done a workout or something and sitting on the couch, like, are you sweaty right now? Don't sit down there. Fine.
Time to take the shower. Yeah. Get clean. Okay, well, we are particular with something, so we are asking you at home, weigh in. What are your absolute bedtime pet peeves? What are the rules? Send us a text at 10400 and we'll share your answers a little later.
All right, we're going to take another look at our 3-day forecast. 27 degrees in New Brunswick today. Starting off the day with sunshine, we do have a chance of showers moving in into the afternoon. Much of the same on Thursday. Scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms with a high of 25. Cooling down to end off the work week with a high of 22. Scattered showers remain. For Nova Scotia, 27 degrees today. Isolated showers begin the day. Will clear out, leaving sunshine for the province. 25 on Thursday. We do have some isolated showers returning. Sunshine returning as well. 22 degrees on Friday with scattered showers. For Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today. Isolated showers clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Sunshine starts off the day on Thursday with a high of 26. Isolated showers expected, though, and 21 on Friday, ending off the work week with showers across the island.
Coming up in this half hour, taking flight, Crystal visits the Atlantic Canadian Aviation Museum for an interactive experience. We will show you more coming up in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday, hump day. We've made it halfway through the work week.
It's us going over the hump.
That we are.
Love it. Oh my gosh, cannot wait to take you to the Atlantic Canada Aviation Museum.
It looks cool.
For starters, all the benches that you sit and rest on are actually decommissioned airplane seats with working seat belts. Click.
Hello.
Click.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's that place when you pass by the highway, if you're between Enfield and Halifax, if you're going to Halifax Stanfield, you see it off to the right. So can't wait to see what's like inside there in a few moments. What's it like outside, Latavia?
Well, not too bad, actually. We are seeing sunshine for the Maritime region to start your day.
No turbulence.
Right? Over in Moncton, 16 degrees early this morning. Temperature is expected to rise, remaining seasonal for your daytime high today. 17 degrees in Fredericton, 18 in both Charlottetown and Halifax, with 19 starting off your day in Sydney, 13 now in Labrador City, 16 in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a bit of shower activity still returning for parts of the region. Newfoundland and Labrador seeing shower activity on and off throughout the day today. For the Maritime region, a low chance of showers starting off your day in Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton. That will clear out, though, leaving sunshine in your area. In terms of our wind forecast, starting off light, 19 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang, as well as to Halifax, 17 in North Cape and Charlottetown. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast coming up, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
We begin with an unscheduled price adjustment at the pumps, and it means you're going to be paying more in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick to fill up. Starting with Nova Scotia Zone 1, gas increased by 6.5 cents overnight. The minimum price now $1.77 a litre. Diesel in the Halifax area increased by 9.3 cents. The minimum price $2.29.3. The Nova Scotia Energy Board says the change is necessary due to significant shifts in the market price. In New Brunswick, price of gas did not change. It rests at a maximum price of $1.79.8 a litre. However, diesel did increase in New Brunswick by 4 cents a litre. The maximum price $2.39.6. Prices in PEI did not change. A Christian organization is suing the city of Moncton after it canceled an event in a public park last summer featuring American worship leader and musician Sean Foyt. The event was set for July 24th, 2025. Foyt is a right-wing Christian musician who has been very supportive of U.S. President Donald Trump and has spoken against abortion rights and LGBTQ+ communities. At the time, the city cited public safety concerns and its code of conduct in city facilities. Now, Burn 24/7 Canada is seeking a declaration that the city violated its freedom of expression and is asking for $50,000 in charter damages.
If you're going to be canceling events of the Canadian public, you have to have real justification for that.
Marty Moore confirmed a similar case against Quebec City is before the courts, and more could be on the way. Moncton's mayor did not provide an interview with CTV News, saying he had nothing to add while it's before the courts. City councillors in Fredericton have rejected the idea of trying to take ownership of a historic building damaged by fire 2 years ago. The Militia Arms Warehouse building in downtown Fredericton is owned by the Department of National Defence. D&D offered the city to take control of the property, but Monday night, City Council unanimously voted to decline D&D's offer following recommendations from a staff report that called the move risky. The Fredericton Heritage Trust calls that decision disappointing.
Nobody mentioned the H word, heritage, or National Historic Site. Those things don't appear to have made any impact on D&D or the city of Fredericton.
The building itself is nearly 200 years old in the historic Garrison District. D&D says in a statement that no decision has been made on the future of the building as of right now. The Heritage Trust says it's not giving up on the fight to save the building. Finally, Bulgaria hosted the second edition of its Festival of Lights over the weekend. Take a look. The event began on Friday, taking place on the country's southern Black Sea coast. It featured works from artists from 8 countries. The pieces included projection maps, immersive experiences, and interactive digital art.
That's cool.
Love this kind of thing.
Look at that, like with the eclipse too. Who knew?
Amazing.
Those giant hay barrels.
Right? I knew they were useful.
I knew they
magical.
were useful. How nice is this? So if you're in Bulgaria, maybe you can see that.
That's cool.
Super cool. All right, well, that's happening in Bulgaria.
Mm-hmm.
What about our region?
I was like, yes. Yes, it's that time once again, the community calendar. So the 3rd annual Trail Folk Music Festival returns in Grand Lake. You can come out and celebrate the rich musical and cultural roots of the area. This will be held at Tiny Trails from August 13th until the 16th. A full breakdown of performances will be on their website. And the night market returns to Montague. So you can head to Lynx Market tonight to enjoy a summer evening of local shopping. The market will run from 6 until 9 p.m. And St. Mary's University will be hosting a partial solar eclipse watch party in Halifax. The free public viewing will take place this afternoon from 2 to 4 p.m. You can come out and gather on the lawn. There will also be filtered solar telescopes available. For more information, head over to the website. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca. Lots going on, right?
Love that solar party. Maybe
that is cool.
Love to set a camera to that if we could. That
You know who loves a good eclipse? CTV's Nick Moore. When we had that eclipse a few years ago, he was
all over it.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay, speaking of looking to the skies, Latavia has the last look at the forecast on this Wednesday. Then up, up, and away. Crystal takes flight at the Atlantic Canada Aviation Museum, and you can too. We'll have that segment just ahead.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:33. We're taking a live look at Charlottetown. Early this morning, a bit of a cloudier start to the day. A low chance of showers is expected across the province early on before clearing out, leaving sunshine in your area into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Temperatures slowly beginning to rise. 19 degrees right now in Sydney with 16 in Yarmouth as well as into Moncton. 13 degrees in Labrador City with 12 degrees in Cartwright, 16 in Gander. Over to our forecast timeline. As I mentioned, a bit of shower activity expected for Prince Edward Island, around a 30% chance of it happening. Same thing goes for parts of Cape Breton Island, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador going to see some wet weather throughout your day today. Heaviest being into parts of Newfoundland today. And then into the afternoon, a chance of showers will spread across parts of all 3 maritime provinces. provinces. That will take us into tonight's forecast. We are expecting the chance of showers to remain for parts of New Brunswick before clearing out early into Thursday morning. Sunny skies to start your day. A chance of showers will return, though, as well. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light for all 3 maritime provinces, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for North Mountain. And then for Labrador City, we're looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters of accumulation, heaviest for Newfoundland at 20 to 30 millimeters. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs will range from 24 to 27. A sunny start to your day. Scattered showers move into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, early this morning, starting off the day with isolated showers. That will clear out, leaving mainly sunny skies, but a chance of showers will return into the evening. Daytime highs will range from 23 degrees in Surrey up to 26 in both Tignish and Summerside. Wind gusts also getting up to 40 this afternoon. Then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. Isolated showers to start your day. If you do see precipitation, will clear out though into the afternoon, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Daytime highs between 21 degrees in Cheticamp up to 26 in both Truro and Sheet Harbour. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, holding on to sunshine throughout the day with mainly sunny skies. Highs between 22 degrees in Yarmouth up to 28 in Halifax. Wind gusts getting up to 40. And then for Labrador City, 17 degrees today, mainly cloudy start to your day. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. 20 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and cloud throughout the day. Evening showers expected. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Do you recognize this? Lynx is on a fighter jet beside the highway near the airport. It's at the Atlantic Canada Aviation Museum. I'm joined by Mark Peepel, who is the president of the museum. And oh my gosh, if you see the jet, you've got to see the inside of the museum.
Well, it is. It is quite something to see, and we appreciate anyone that drives by that wants to come in. We're here ready to welcome them.
Well, we're here. Let's go in.
All right. So this is the Silver Dart Gallery, where we actually are able to show the evolution of aviation. And we have the Silver Dart above us from 1909, and we have the 104 Starfighter that was built in the early 60s.
Wow.
Only 50 years separate those two aircraft, and that's the neat thing about it.
Really?
Only 50.
That so much happened in that 50 years.
And the technology has been the most, in aviation, has been that sort of level is intense, really intense.
Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure. Okay, well here we actually are in airline seats. Let's buckle up.
We're buckle up for the ride.
For the adventure. Okay, love that. Okay, we're all strapped in, ready to go. This place is fascinating. I'm excited to take this tour with you. But what I love especially is this really comes from the heart. You began this project at age 14.
Yeah, I was. My membership's number 6 here, so I've been involved. I'm part of the furniture at this point, so I've seen it when it was an idea, and now we see it as a actual growing museum, and we have visitors. And that was, 1978. This was just an idea in everyone's head to do it.
I'm enjoying all of the different kinds of aircraft. Describe the range here.
We have everything from 1909 Silver Dart right through to, well, 70s, 80s jet fighters that were still in service of the Royal Canadian Air Force, a jetliner, prime ministerial executive jet. We have Jetstar that flew Pearson and Trudeau.
You can even walk up and poke in and take a look.
It's a very 70s look to it, but it's kind of that way. But it's certainly, we've got those things to see here.
It's for sure. And you've got, there is a certain romance to commercial flight that I love. You've got the flight attendant uniforms through time here.
We do, and it shows an example of a regional airline, which was Eastern Provincial Airways, which was one of the original airlines that serviced the Maritimes back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Fascinating, 80s. Fascinating. Okay. This museum is a great place for people to learn. It's really hands-on. I mean, there are events where you can actually get inside the craft that's here. Yeah. And you can do that if you're a member too?
Yeah, if you want to become a member, we're always looking for new members to come out and help volunteer and to help work on the exhibits and to help create better exhibits to tell the story of aviation in Atlantic Canada and also how significant aviation really is in Atlantic Canada in the past and also going forward today, as we see with, defense spending and everything like that.
I think that's really evident in the big hangar room. There's a lot of different aircraft in there. We talked about the prime ministerial jet and the other aircraft you wanted to highlight in this room.
Well, in the other room we have the first Canadian-built jet fighter, which was the CF-100 that was built in Ontario, Malton, Ontario in the 50s. The CF-100. We have an F-86 Sabre that was the principal fighter that was used by the RCF in the 50s and 60s. Our particular one flew in Europe operationally. We have a tracker that flew off HMCS Bonaventure, an Avenger that was actually a water bomber that actually fought fires and sprayed chemicals in New Brunswick and actually crashed in the 70s, and we recovered it and rebuilt it.
Yeah, that's fascinating. So how's the museum funded? Because that must be expensive.
Well, it is funded by a mixture of basically donations, provincial grants, municipal grants. There's a real mixture sort of to keep us funded that way. But also we generate a lot of income from the sales from our hobby store here, which is probably the best one east of Toronto.
If you're into models, you must swing by and check out the gift shop. There's models for days. It's a great spot. And I know that you used to do models when you were a kid, and that kind of led you into this.
Still kind of do. I know. I don't say it. I am, but yes, I can say I'm a modeler.
Before we go, let's just remind people how they can visit this place, because it really is a hidden gem.
It is. Well, as I said, most people drive by the highway and they go, oh my gosh, I want to go in there. You got to come in. We've got to get them in here. But when you come in, we're open right now till the end of September. Will be summer hours. We open traditionally from May to sort of the end of September, and that's basic hours. Yep. Look on the website, call us, find out. But also in the winter, we generally are open Saturdays. So we're always open on Saturdays and one night during the week. And that's generally for people that have an addiction to plastic models and they need to buy their kits. So they get to do that way. So
amazing selection here. Okay, fantastic. One other feature that I want to try before we go is the flight simulator, which is really cool.
Well, we want you to take flight, Crystal. You've got to take flight. You've got to see it and basically get a sense of what we are and what we can do for our visitors.
Well, I will be back, Mark. I think I might even consider becoming a member because I'm just fascinated by flight. But thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, it's great. And it's great to be able to share this with you.
Okay, we're going to do a little mini demonstration right now. So excited. We're going to take off at Halifax Stanfield.
Excellent.
Okay,
yep.
Let's do it.
Great. Okay, push the throttle forward.
Push the throttle forward, people. Oh, listen, I think I need to put my aviators on if that's okay. Oh, we're moving. I can feel that we're moving. Okay.
Pull back, pull back, pull back. That's it. Hold it there.
We're taking off. We're leaving the ground.
Now you can push forward a little bit.
We're flying. This is amazing. John, you're an excellent instructor. I can't wait to come back and try the whole thing for real. This is really fun. Thank you so much.
You really should. You're welcome.
Oh my God. So this is the Atlantic Canada Aviation Museum. Oh no, up we go. No, up we go. This is wild. Thanks again. Yay.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, and thank you for flying with CTV's Your Morning Atlantic. Current temperature and time in the Atlantic region, Halifax area, 8:51. Thank you for flying with us.
I love flying. A flight attendant would be my second choice of job if I were doing this.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was really fun. Highly recommend. Huge inside. So many neat craft. If you're a member, you can go inside the aircraft.
So cool.
Yeah, students will give you a tour. Membership's very, very reasonable. And then they have certain days which have already happened this summer. Like, for example, an open cockpit day where the public can just go inside the craft.
That's cool.
And admission is free or by donation, but very reasonable.
And a lot of people drive past it when they're heading to Halifax Stanfield Airport. And you only see part of it from the highway very quickly. The fact that you can see how big it is inside.
It's super cool. Really neat.
So much to see.
So we didn't get to the half of it. They've got some cool aircraft that like crashed and stuff that they've recovered and they're kind of rebuilding. Like it's really neat.
That is so neat.
Yeah, you need to go check it out. You really do need to go check it out.
Fun fact, when I was a student at Leslie Thomas Junior High in Lower Sackville, I wrote a Remembrance Day poem that a teacher of mine really liked, and they put it on display at that museum.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day.
Well, I didn't see it, but then I didn't have a lot of time to go like really do a deep dive
I think it's
on it. I'll see what did Leslie Thomas. I love that school. I went and looked it up. Leslie Thomas, what an interesting character.
Yeah, the Lions.
In history. Yeah. Well, we could talk about that another time.
That's for another time.
Yeah.
If you're just waking up, we're talking about the Moon Morning Chat. We're talking about your bedtime routines and what are some absolute no-nos when it comes to disruption for your sleep routine. Here's what you had to say. Cleanliness really making the top of the list. Let's start with Art from New Glasgow. Says, eating chips or crackers in bed is a no-no for me.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, keep that stuff out of bed. You can eat elsewhere. Up next, we have Noreen from 3 Mile Plains. My absolute pet peeve is when it comes to climbing into bed is not being clean. I mean, you walk around all day everywhere. Just shower before bed.
Ooh.
Also, though I clean my floors, I still have 2 indoor kitties. I hate when my husband walks on the floor barefoot, then climbs into bed bringing crumbs, kitty fur, and litter. Ew, just put your slippers on. My bed is my clean zone.
That's fair.
I'd like a nice, crisp, clean bed, too.
I hear you, Noreen. You don't want to find things at the bottom of your bed. Oof, ugh. Next up, we have Nancy from Paradise. My bedtime pet peeve would be when I finally get comfortable and close my eyes and the one mosquito in the entire house feels the need to zing and sing at my left ear for a yummy snack. I am quite sure that I'm going to blow out my eardrum trying to smack it while it's feeding on my left earlobe. Not fast enough. So I have to save eardrum, get up, hunt, and dispatch. Not very restful.
Oh, that's annoying. Or a fly and you hear
So annoying.
by your ear.
But also, Nancy, great to hear from you. It's been a minute, and I'm really happy you're back.
Maybe Nancy was on vacation.
Yeah.
In paradise.
Yeah.
Brandon says, my bedtime pet peeve is all the dogs already on the bed, waiting for me, but they don't move so I can get in. Especially if you have big dogs, you're like, oh, just move over.
Or they like sink down and then the covers are kind of pinned in that area and you can't get them moved. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have Cindy from New Minus. My pet peeve at bedtime is just getting settled and thinking, did I lock my car?
Oh, wow, yeah.
So I get up and check. At least it gives me peace of mind to go to sleep.
Yeah, I hate that. Or did I lock the door?
Yes.
Yeah. Is the oven still on? Your mind is just racing.
Yeah, good one.
Pat from Timberley says, firstly, I can't get into a messy bed, so I have to make it neat before getting in. This annoys my
Sounds
hubby.
like someone I know.
Yeah, that's me. I have to make it before I go in. But this is funny. She says this annoys my husband as he's already in bed when I do this. And secondly, it's really annoying when the corners of the fitted sheets keep popping off.
I actually hate that.
That happens to me all the time.
It's so annoying. Make the sheets big enough to fold over properly.
I used to have a fun routine with my kids where I'd pull the comforter down and then I'd take the unfitted sheet that we don't tuck them in because we like to have, like, I don't like being pinned. Anyway, I'd lift it up and then let it fall like the parachute onto the kids. And it feels really good.
Oh, yeah.
Do that to
That's
your kids. Do it to your partner. It feels great. You whoosh, and then let it fall. Then you put the comforter on.
Please tell me you have rainbow sheets, just like the parachute.
Oh, I wish. I'll have to get
That'd
some.
be fun.
Mine are like white, but yeah, we'll get the rainbow ones for special occasions.
Chris from Dartmouth says, my pet peeve is having to be the last one to go to bed. Check that all doors are locked and pets have water and food for the night.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Chris,
you're on the closing shift.
Yeah.
We salute you. That's my husband as well. We also have this text from Mo in Bathurst watching TV downstairs and yawning like, oh, you're so tired, go to bed. And then you're wide awake.
Oh my gosh, the worst.
Then you toss and turn for another hour and he says, well, I should have just stayed up and watched the Blue Jays win.
That is a classic though.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. You're exhausted and you're like, it's time to go to bed. And then you go upstairs and you can't go to sleep.
Yeah, that's like the song lyric. I'm so tired, I can't sleep. Yeah.
Okay, we got some time for last lap. This is a little different. Imagine driving down a road, looking at the billboard, and then someone's actually living in it. This happened in LA. There was a performer living inside this billboard on the Sunset Strip for 3 days. It was part of a promotion for a new movie called The Last House, starring various stars. And the man living inside the billboard was Nathan Shoup. He's a freelance actor and producer who lives in LA. He was paid $75,000 to live in here for 3 days.
What?
Oh, sign me up.
Right, I'd do that because it's air conditioned in there.
Wow.
He was given food and he can sleep in there. The only thing is there's no bathroom, so he'd have to actually like leave to go to the bathroom.
That's fair.
For $75,000.
Okay.
These gigs for me.
Yeah, exactly. I like that stage.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Good for him.
My gosh, tomorrow's Miracle Treat Day. That means Blizzard O'Clock. We'll talk all about how you can support a wonderful cause, yeah, WK. What else are we talking about tomorrow?
Maybe divers are also going to be in as well. Talk about the run this fall. But until then, we're going to say see you later and good morning to our viewers in Peggy's Cove. Have a great day.